Today, the 6th day of October 2020. Yesterday, the 5th of October, Bokumoni come inside the free quality education. We don't know partner them. They all pledge, then support from 2020 to 2025. Where if you join the all, it come up to $66 million for help with the educational system, NASA loan. You want to hear the amount again? $66 million. Well, approximately, we will say 660 billion leones. Or 66 billion, which one? Anyway, that's $66 million. Now, it don't come inside. So, we want to lay on a table. Because we don't carry money here. And if it's spent right, we not say the teachers them, the school picking them, the facilities them, for able to tap inside this, the school feeding program, all of this gets to be addressed. $66 million. We can look deep into that one day. Make we just give the updates for COVID-19 for today. A total number of 554 tests, now in the labs they analyze. 554 tests. And out of those 554, 8 turn out to be positive. And this 8 positive, not from Musai, not from Freetown, Western Area Urban. Lately, almost every day, if case day, Freetown must the champion. Western Area Urban and Western Area Rural, now then the champion. Deciding at the provinces, then 1 or 2 times they can get 1 and 2, 1 and 2. But lately, we see say Freetown, the epicenter, don't begin back. I remember when we post this particular one on Facebook, I don't know why people still take this thing make fun. And people they get all kind free talk, all kind back talk. And as I look again and then feel say, well, you know what thing? Somebody say, you know what thing? Make I just talk. Well, I know so I go vex, but it tell like say Salon in COVID-19 headquarters. Now, possibly comment about this one today. You're missing, no? The United States and the United Kingdom are most positive cases than they get for the. We no call the one in their headquarters. When a salon, now they can't call say salon, no look, say, na the headquarters. No, you're missing. Still, people in the comment say they don't believe say COVID-19 days alone. Okay. The pine self now, so you not been believe say coronavirus real until the catcher. But you this alone believe ya? Believe are the big. Make we give the other numbers then. The total number of coronavirus cases then we done this alone now 2,277. For the past 24 hours, nobody know died to coronavirus, so we total number still stand at 72. The active cases them within the isolation center now 495. We're climbing. We don't go down. Now almost 500 now they can get so now back now isolation center because now the recovery rate is kind of slow. Not like they get 15, 16, 20, 30, 64. It's kind of slow. And how the recovery rates look slow, we will find out, say, more people than they in the isolation centers them. Even though some man na self-quarantine, some man but we're almost there now to 500. We're almost there. The one them way beat COVID-19, we recover from COVID-19 for the past 24 hours. Now 4 people. So that one they don't care the total number of people them way don't beat COVID-19 as alone to 1,710. The one them way in quarantine now 277. The one that on discharge from quarantine now 11,432. 11,432. Make we compare to the Mano River Union countries then. Sierra Leone 8, Guinea 46, Liberia 6, and Ivory Coast 3. So the Mano River Union countries them for today, they get 63 new cases. One person don't add for the cumulative death and the Mano River Union countries them. Sierra Leone 72, Guinea 67, Liberia 82, and Ivory Coast 120. So a total number of 341 people and then don't lost in life to COVID-19. Now the Mano River Union countries them. One person had make I just compare quick. And okay, now Guinea get one person we lost in life because it don't the Mano River Union countries them self don't tower for the longest, where be just a 340. But today Guinea self don't lost one person we don't add, we don't can go to 341. 341. When it comes to program proper, the free quality education in a salon don't get a boost. We ask for say a launch of education project. I was like project again, free quality. What didn't we launch last year? But this time, Monica inside. So I think say the launch be necessary. Because we all man can talk within the gi. Inside the one pot. With the adult thing, it come to a little over $66 million for education as alone. People bash about the ceremony. We'll be streaming live. I don't know if you watch them. I own on YouTube and I know we will upload and phone one of them this year. I don't know if you watch them. Because people they say, even in that program, the school picking them we go represent today are from private school. Not to the government school or the government assisted school. Then are waiting people in they say. Other one then they say, yes, because themselves then represent schools them. And one of the person we talk, and the person we get the highest grade for the NPSC result, the little Akibobet. Maybe talk today. Yes. Now from private school it come out. And so people then they ask, okay, with all waiting, then they talk now about this free quality education. Where is the government school with them? What's to make them not be dressed one per them for bring them come? But if you watch, they were there and say, okay, well, but they not talk. Yeah, salute. They got their point. What's in you make up? $66 million. But then they spread them into 5 years. From 2020 to 2025. We are the Minister of Education, Dr. Moinine Asenge. They plead, c'est dur, the teachers them. They say they want me to reassess them. Because not only that thing they go able to put them at the right salary scale. And in the big, make them do them. That's now just one side. Because forget the quality inside the education. I think say the teachers then get a lot of role for play. Forget the quality inside it. We see all the one them, we say then come together. This is a multi-donor funded project. So not to one person, no. I don't know if you been listening where then they give you the different partners them. World Bank, Irish Aid, European Union, and other one them. They say they don't show the belief in the president in flagship program when the true free quality. Well, a lot of time people they don't can say well, the free, the quality, then they get questioned. They say the quality, that one they get questioned. But however, we can lay all things at table today. Make we able to see how everything go turn out for we. Make a bring come Usman Toli, straight from Freetown. Make he open the floor for we. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Thank you very much, Sipoli, for giving the opportunity for comment on the $66 million free education project when His Excellency the President, Julius Maada Bio, launched. What I will do, I will quickly do now an overview of the project, and then, as usual, I will critically comment on the issues then. Quickly, we all know the flagship program, and that is free quality education. And since the launching of this flagship program, it attracts a lot of attention from many development and international partners. Consequently, we see the World Bank being therefore set up a multi-donor trust fund. In other words, they set up a kind of system which anybody who wants to donate, but the international community will to donate for help or finance the free quality education where the president can get so much commitment or interest on. So consequently, the World Bank be able to raise up to this amount when $66 million. And as you listen to the audio, the World Bank representative for Salone, Wayne Martingale, make it quite clear. You see, he talk about working the project we cater for in terms of the statistics we can get from the government of Sierra Leone, where they believe say this money will help or support those statistics. Quickly, they say 2.4 million students then, you get about 75,000 teachers then, you get about 9,300 members of schools, management committees, about governors of primary and secondary schools. This all, I think, say they look at these numbers and think, say, this amount of money go take me far in the next 5 years for help, for support the project. The main objective of this project, this free quality project, is basically for help for manage educational systems and for help the teaching practice and learning conditions, then for improve those conditions. Yeah. So consequently, we get a lot of donations. And a new example, we listen from the audio. We get 50 million we come off from the World Bank. We World Bank now then donate 50 million. It's where the Irish Aid, we then give you 3.5 million euros. You get DFID, then give you 1.4 million euros. So with other minor, small contributions, then we then sum up this money all together, then come up to this 60, so slightly over 66 million US dollars, which is a lot of money in terms of Sierra Leone for helping the project. It is important for long, one of the things that we will encounter in terms of the free quality education is what we call lack of strategic fit. What we mean by lack of strategic fit is that when the resources and capabilities where you get, match with your aims and objectives. In other words, you resources they will get an intended gain, you're not able to match with the strategy you will get. So we were struggling with the free quality education. Yeah. So you listen to the president. He say these 66 million it will help you in the next 5 years for help for enhance the educational sector. We will help for bring efficiency and help for strengthen the system. That is what he said. Now, you all will listen to this. Now, let me speak to the issues here. And I think it's important. Yeah. We all remember in 2019, we got massive failures. And we all listen to the critical submissions from critical stakeholders in the educational sector. The important thing is this money don't coincide. Yeah? With a lot of policies, they bring so many policies. I know, say, the World Bank, they get their own administrative agenda, how they will ensure that this money, you go at the right side in terms of policy making, in terms of how for able to match those policies, for able to target the areas that we don't see now the weakening point them in terms of the educational sector. Yeah, those are the things. But let's remind ourselves. Yeah, the government, as you listen to the Minister of Finance, clearly talks the government is spend about 22% of the country budget towards education. Now, they don't get the support. And AAA rightly mentioned that we know say the quality was missing. That is something we will not be shy of at all. And I think to a very large extent, anybody who is honest, say the quality was missing. Yeah? And from the submissions we will get from the stakeholders after the massive failure, from both them, from the then Minister of Primary and Secondary Education to some of the other critical stakeholders, then give you some of them submissions in terms of looking at the challenges then with the sector they get. So whatever, where the 66 million need to address, the question is, these policies then, where they not enhance, where they not set up, are they going to address the critical issues here? And let's remind ourselves, what are the issues then, the challenges then, where some of the critical stakeholders then we talk about. They say one, the teachers were not well trained enough. The question is, how will they ensure that this 66 million, actually address the issue of the teachers then for be well trained? Yeah. Secondly, and also very important, yeah, how will they ensure that they empower the Teaching Service Commission? The Teaching Service Commission was not well equipped. From Leone submission at that time from the critical stakeholders then. We don't say the school will lack a syllabus. Instead, they use examination syllabus. Yeah? So these are some of the questions that we're going for the ask. School inspection. Those are the issues then. Yeah? We not say poor salaries for teachers. We just don't listen to the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education. He talk. He say salaries then. I think the president gave them the power for do some reassessment. And we visit now all the various regions then. And all the concerns, the major concern we get from all the teachers then is in terms of their rights salary scale. I think those are the critical issues. We know, say, one of the things the government can do for increase the salaries of teachers by 30%. Yeah? But, I think more needs to be done according to what you would understand from the Minister of Education. And also, we talk about the ghost teachers then and students then. Yeah, we make the data a little bit flawed. Yeah, because we don't get the proper statistics. Because most of the schools then, where they visit, and say some of the schools, where they visit, they find out say the schools then they raise up the numbers then. We not match, not to the actual numbers then. Yeah, we also know say the students rely much on examination malpractices. Yeah, so and also lack of teaching and learning materials. So AAA, this is not big money. Yeah, we believe say this time around the quality of education is for improve. There is no excuse here. They've got the support that they need. I think $66 million, as you rightly say, I think is slightly below. I think 700 billion euros. I think, yeah, and I think so. This is not a big amount. So again, we emphasize whatever policies and strategies they wouldn't put in place, they need to address those issues. Yeah, they need to address the issues then where the critical stakeholders then may highlight. Yeah, Sarah Network, for example, interviewed a lot of people out there at the educational sector, the parents, the students, then, the teachers, the school admin, the principals, then we all listen to them comment. And they always speak in one voice in terms of salaries, in terms of equipment, in terms of the syllabus, in terms of learning materials, and even Parliament being do one oversight function where they may find out see some of the materials then at the supply chain. They're not reach now the intended, they go for the intended purposes. Yeah. So these are some of the critical issues. It's about effective implementation, and it can only be efficient if the implementation where they say they do in a robust way. So I will stop here and allow you chance to other panelists then. Thank you very much, Tripoli.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Bekaka with Usfriend, Mekoyeri, waiting in get for it today. Yes, Usfriend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, hello, Tripoli. Thank you very much for giving the platform, and welcome to all our listeners and viewers. And thanks to we analyst, Mr. Tolly, welcome and back. And we thank him for giving communication right from Freetown. And then before I go further, yesterday I actually just missed for send me condolence, and we pray to Brother Patrick for let God recover soon and very soon, and God will give a good recovery, and let God continue for guidance. I'm coming to the issue for today. When are this education issue, when are the free launching? Don't like you been questioned. I see, we don't launch them because even me say what I say a question. But when I see them self like I don't say I look through say this na a different thing don't come inside. In other words, this is more like adding the icing to the cake so that the cake goes sweet more and more. In other words, just a local saying. A common saying. So this not a fund they don't add up for correct some areas who lapse inside the education, because some of these areas nowadays, some of even even this perception we don't did it. Then do a lot of perception, they do a lot of research. Some of these things have been on the table. Some of these plans have even been there for years. The only thing, some of them, they're not going to try for don't implement them, will just they wait, and others will come and then just carry on from there and say we are the ones doing it. But most of these things are laid down plans. The only issue, no more, with some of them, where they come in, some of these laid down plans, they are not expanding them or they are not adding this to them. But now we don't see, say, there is something, one of the main components where they don't bring come inside for fulfill this Ion flagship program. and he pass them on to others then for let them go help them. One of the ministers and people that want to stick with different people them. And one from the minister they say, according to Senge, he don't go confront the World Bank so that they go able for help towards developing the education in Salon, especially with the flagship program. Being that they don't start away with man as he see you in the begin, it is say you don't go do something. So obviously it come in for big up whatever it do. But what I try for enlighten I say these are first of all programs where they be done first day. And these are programs then where they don't begin, but in a form where still not reflect on what then they do, where then they accept inwardly, but when they come to the media, they not go say them. So most times they can go back and regroup and try for consult. So some of the areas they wouldn't identify, then they use them based on waiting, then they get for let them go able for fulfill this. Now the fund don't come, so for let them go able for fulfill this. But the main reason why the fund come, the actual reason, if you hear to one of the speakers there, what he say, the money actually, I think, say, then they look at developing something for do with policy development plan and some data issues, them how then they collect data and you able to get, let's say, you want to go first school in Salon now. You just they go to that porthole, you see all the schools and they display. So you go know who side you want, who side get water, who side a hill, who side and attend to much deep and this, all those kind of things, some of the kind of the structure of the school, the capacity, out and the outcome. You go to that porthole, you don't get the information. That one day me try to interpret the other side where the speaker, the one of the donors then, he talk about data collection. Because when you look, send get the data a program before it comes to this ministry, wherein they do for something like computer development, you can even get some idea how they try to gather information from all the schools. Once they say, I'm going on that side day, then they show you the school, then they show you pictures them. And I think it even employs some people, I think one lady and one guy, like they put there for help them. Then they make like a pot thing. So what thing that they do for inform people and say, you go able to know about all the schools them, what they happen. So when you can, like, you want for friend school for a pikin, you go just go to that side, they go able to help you. So you go know the school will get fine toilets. You go know the school will get this. And then go query them back and then go they monitor how they for develop that one day. So then they do on two bases. One, now for like help with the public for know what thing they go on at the school. Then I do first school for the pikin. The second one, now for able for help the government back for see who side fault day. So then we able for repair them. But because they can't move on from that department day, it was more of a skeleton. Now they move on straight away to this ministry where they can't change them and go. So wherever they pull them. So then move on that place they for do a different thing. But that program they name the year itself again. Just like this other porthole where they say that they register people and now they don't begin back recently, I don't hear it. So the blockchain. So now a similar thing, they do like a blockchain, but in the form of a porthole for the schools. So that side is one part where the money they go. Then the other one are the policy development, waiting at the policies then what the schools then get. So that money they are in the camper. But again, I differently say they want to use the money for expand physically the building then. So like a school will get 10 classrooms, let's say for example, then would develop and forget maybe 30 classrooms based on the population and the need. So this is what I don't know if they don't get a laid plan, where they don't plan in that area, then they go. Because their own plan where they write give the World Bank is different from what the World Bank will interpret. And then with waiting them being get in mind is different from waiting them be right. So I only hope say no more there is gonna be a transparency of for say if World Bank say that this would they do or that this we don't tell them, let them go do them. Because first of all, education is for self-reliance. Now the people and they ask every day say when we go able to reach this shore, what would they sail in this stormy wave? What would they try for travel across for go meet development? The people then would they ask this question every time. Then would they ask whose time what changes they come? The people then would they tell them say, well, would they Panam? Well, the people are drowning, so you have to give them a first aid before you go begin to build something for can't pull them. So you go ask now the people and say now what they can't answer them this question. Waiting at the answer, but say well, they don't get money. The money they don't give it for we go do this. But we now will be plan say we go do this, we go do this. Well, because we be plan this, but not to him we tell the people the way they can donate. Now we just put the hand and we'll make them. Because at the end of the day, now we then the CC will make them. But I only hope say this is not going to be an overlapping because it's development, education, now for self-reliance. When we look at the strategy where Jomo Kenyatta do, when they see Kenya today, then develop in some way. I don't mean in terms of money that big way. Now because Jomo Kenyatta be introduced education at a very early stage after we come on a prison. We come on a prison, I think I'm put on president, I think gain independence. Now he introduced straight off now education, I attack. So he developed that side for education. So that side I go left on one side. The only one we may for give suggestion before they go, now different suggestion them way be don't lack in a country. First of all, they may get waiting on disturb way. The system of education, if you don't look pegged from foreign models. Now foreign models then we don't use all along. We don't make we suffer today now a shock. When they bring these foreign models, say like for example last 6334, now a far-fetched and foreign model. But when they bring them, they left most of the things that one are the ingredients. The culture, they put on one side. The history of Sierra Leone, they put on one side. The philosophy, what we get, they put on one side. Then even the spirituality and the way we think, they put on one side. But if you see, say, your country want for develop, or they look at civic education, today and the affect, when all man they cry for. If there was a time in our generation where they did not introduce most of these things at some point where they don't opt out, then they treat the picking based on the culture, based on the history, based on the spirituality and thinking. How you go able for do them? Then get a method. Say like now you get picking, you go teach them for sing. When you teach them for sing, you know the instructor more. You tell and say, sing with me, sing. You say sing, he sing, he repeats. Then you left him. After a while, what you go do? You come back again. When the picking on begin for talk, because I don't begin to sing, you ask now questions. If they begin to ask now, okay, would that be this road there? Or would that not chief? Would that not this? These are just examples of teaching methods. You know how you remind the picking for let you go first with education for know about history, for know about how it would develop. Because at this point they bring up problems today in the country. What would they see? Say people they don't know their culture, they don't know anything. But I mean, I want for left that side there. What I hope say no more create them be able to create a kind of sense of responsibility, a kind of continuity, a kind of introducing things. That's the only thing no more. Thank you very much for giving the platform.
Thank you very much, Oswen. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. $66 million don't come inside, but some for 5 years old and get for stretch them. Make we are waiting Dr. Aissatou Jallow get for we for today. Yes, Doc, you get the platform.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody did do well. And with the topic for today, with the money we then give for help the country try to improve the education system. I believe it's a good one. All the donors, then we want to tell them thank you. And we want to tell the Ministry of Education thank you for the work that they do, as well as the current president for bringing these people in to our nation, because, we really feel the education a priority. Now, every nation that goes along with the other basic human needs, them, what they always talk about. As you don't mention, the $66 million is to be divided into 5 years. So you're dealing with $13.2 million each year, made them for tribal use into different sectors. Then we will improve the educational system na salon. And I would really hope say then we use the money towards, improving, those things that we feel say really will help improve our education. And when we talk about that, what they talk about, acknowledging the fact, say, we therefore address overcrowding at the educational sectors, because the classroom setting, because it depends on how many students then each teacher forgets, in classroom, where, the ministry, Dr. Sanger mentioned, say them for kind of reevaluate the teachers them, and make sure say then they get the proper, assignment, as well as, the proper salary we then deserve. So that will really help for ensure, say, then get the right amount of students then within each classroom setting, and the teacher not will be too overwhelmed, but like school kinder where they're gonna the elementary school, I'm sure then can do with, more than even one teacher, maybe a teacher's assistants, we will really help for overcome that overcrowding day. And then also this money then for try for ensure say then prioritize them for no say what's in the places them also at the side then with them for put the money into, not for just forget say certain schools then they need more help than others. When we talk about this, we talk about schools and where they lack, infrastructural, sections like, benches, school supplies, then kind of things, and and the classroom setting, need for be really conducive in a way that a student can learn and stay focused. Those are things that, they need for prioritize the money for. And also then therefore understand, say, then therefore raise the standards of teachers. And in doing that, that would also fall under, the reevaluation and also training teachers that really need a little bit more help to ensure that they can be assigned to the right people. And also, in doing that, it will be well for Lord and look into certain sectors for see each school district, then we will get like a library for students, then we not get the upper hand for going to a community library so that then we'll loan a book to read, or then will loan, go do their assignments on a computer, because also everybody get that opportunity there. So, and then also schools them where they lack toilet facilities, then we need, where they really help in how students they feel when they're at a school setting, therefore try for focus on those areas as well. And then, if possible, which we don't know, this money might look a lot, but I don't think it is for what we really need when it comes to education. But, no matter how small it is, as long as they use them wisely, I believe it will really improve the education system and benefit the nation greatly. And why I said that, we don't only talk about, vocational centers, especially if this money therefore focus on education, we therefore deal with from primary school to secondary school, then, we want for say, in the senior secondary school level, they then get an opportunity for get a vocational center where we say students then get the option here for like learn different things just in case they not get the opportunity for going to college, then go begin to start them training at a very early stage. You're talking about, SS1, 2, and 3. So we do hope say then go really focus on these kind of things for ensure say, like the school standards is at the highest, for ensure say the syllabus and the curriculum for each grade in match, the teachers then wouldn't be assigned for then classes and in that way we can really help the nation go forward. And we hope say other things then come to light where it will really complement the effort of this funding we don't provide to the nation. That includes, the light, the water, and the sanitation will really help, and as well as healthcare system. With Money Day, another recommendations where me still say will really help. School districts should have health centers, health clinics, where we say school picking will be seen there and then evaluated. If I'm not mistaken, there's the one in Kiama Road, if we wouldn't be open them, then say students then get access to that. So we hope say similar things then will happen at different districts across the nation. So now me will take that for tonight. And I hope say,
Before you go, Doctor,
yeah.
I know say the charity don't they do in help, and some of the part of the mission statement now for help in education. I know so you outline one or two things them, but like hearing this particular one now, say money come inside. What thing you feel say? I know say you talk on the vocational and the toilet facility, the building, but what do you feel say with the thing the way we don't see as a charity, say network? What you feel say for be like paramount right now. Even though you say the money is small, but remember back a government, they put 22% of we budget, they go still to education. So with all this one, if they're able to make them fine, how you feel, say, if they prioritize this, let me say like one or two where you feel, say, based on waiting on the meet in our own table, how you feel, say, the priority for Golek?
Well, like I mentioned about the toilet facility schools, and we need like furnitures them. We get a recent video they watch who they try to see how best we can help, and that school day now one of them school then where I feel see the government or the Ministry of Education for look at and see how they will come in for help. Yes, you are right. The money, even though they feel say is small for the entire nation, but like schools like that, we na SLMB, we na the one where we they look at right now for see how we could able for support. Now one of them schools, the structure done really bad, to the point that the student and safety are concerned. So then kind of school, then they within the different communities, then they are filtering at then the money for try for go into and make sure say the toilet facility is good enough for the student them. We therefore understand say now we nation uniform student and they wear. And if then go to these different toilet facilities, we don't know how things end up for them, and depending on their age and everything, it makes it really difficult and it makes it hard for the student for, stay focused. And then kind of thing that I feel saying as something then for put some form of a task force, around the nation for find out. The schools then always need help. Let them bring their own problem them up front. If they do that, that way then we will really identify exactly what you need for be done and who side then really need for put the money into more versus the other. We're not saying that other schools are not for benefit, but I think the one then we really, really need help, therefore make that the top priority and then take it down the drain.
All right. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
Yeah. I asked the question because I feel, say, in Sierra Leone, like what you see, we talk about this money. Now, they no say schools, then they, where they picking them, now on that tick, then they sit down. Schools, then they, where they picking them, they touch them, bench, then go school. Now, they hard to reach areas, then they interior areas, then. Most of them, where we can they talk so, they reach them. They reach them. And the schools the way then the poor view, like way as you come out you don't see, those are the schools the way they can always they aim at. Because when you come on the quick one the way they see. But what about the one then at the villages there? To me, I feel say the one then at the villages there, I think that they don't time this. The government in budget day, making the address which he don't use for the address. Make the one that safe way feel say one kind of way. Make the able feel them. Make a come with Tony. Make we waiting Tony get for it today. Yes, Tony, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Abraham, good evening. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you listen. I want to applaud the government because just like we all don't say in this, we usually they say, and the previous speakers them don't say, this is the flagship project, and it's as if it's on the right path, and it's like they're getting there gradually. It definitely not going to take, happen overnight. It's a process wherein once you get the fundamentals then in place, definitely we can able to see a light at the end of the tunnels, because there were one or two things then we know see definitely missing. When at the missing link, we make educational system drop how it drops so. And one major thing the minister highlights, me now one post we get respect so much for Dr. Senge, because I'm no say he's somebody where they deliver. And one major side way very strategic way mentioned about therefore deal with their salaries. And when you look at and compare the private school teachers and the government school teachers, it's the same teacher training college. Either they went to Metimaga Teachers College or Bo Teachers College or Makini or wherever where they attend teacher is the same teaching college, then go, or probably they attend Jala, you understand? And the main thing we make those schools, then they deliver more than the government school is because they have those fundamental things then in place and they make sure they enforce them. One get for deal with salary on time. It's not about giving the salary, make the salary good package, but how frequent or how you get for the calm at that regular interval at the end of the month, say at the 30th or probably on the 27th, if I go check now my bank account, my salary day. Those are the little things then the private school then get. And they have other infringed benefits. You understand? We didn't be able to forgive teachers, they recognize teachers, them best performance teachers, the way they know them picking they do very well. So there is that internal competition within the schools and within the teachers them. You understand? So those things them and the regular checking of grades and everything. So and the class sizes again is another one. And when you look at all the things, then they make them stand distinct among all. And when you compare government schools, you go to a government school, for example, you will see more than 50 people in one classroom. And that's all man would be able to pay attention where a teacher they teach, because definitely, having 50 people or more in one classroom, you get for mark, how frequent you be able to give them continuous assessments. Before when they go school, you get teacher, they do in a classwork, and they go around in the mark, then they go around in the mark, till by the time you get the last person, then do revision, and then, you understand. Some of those things then tend for missing at the school. So you got to forget, make sure, they come back to this drawing board and try for benchmark, which are the difference between, and I'm not saying definitely they go together. When then the minister them begin going to the government schools, because if all this amounts of money where they come for government for improve on the educational system, if then they invest all and then they invest 1 trillion of this loan budget, when 22% into education, and then you picking and they go government schools, definitely, because if them picking and they go government schools, then go able for the follow up with them and able for CCS, my kids or whatever they're doing well. So that's now one approach where if the government want for really, really, I'm not saying they tried and they do so much and make God help them, but make themselves send them picking in our government schools. Probably there will be some changes. You understand? Because when the beginning come and give them feedback and say, teacher say for Kel soup go, teacher say for Kel this go, teacher say for Kel, then go stop them. Some of those things not they happen in government, in private schools. Who say picking up for arts and craft. First time when they draw in a school, then go na crayon and do na then see the one then call them then with that plaster scene and everything. When they design things them. Those things are known. When they say arts and craft now, the teachers then ask for things them. Now then the state will chief for count. So when you get all those things, then they were missing. You understand? Definitely the educational system will go before. It will go down the drain. And another thing again, they lonely for so many years. You see now morning, say 9 o'clock, buses are not there for care picking and go school. You will see Poda, they say, now, but didn't go the tap. And that picking they go low, say they go Albert's Academy or they go P or whatever way they go. Say they reach in a school. And we almost see the core subjects are within the take now most times now money, maths, English and science and whatever. Now money. By the time picking they reach in a school, definitely the subject that they don't pass. So they said the one the way it go beat up, and the one the way not to in-core subject, we not too relevant too much. So when they go and take the MPSC exam or they take the other school exam, they're not doing well. And most times you see now when they can reach the examination class, now we can see the rush. And then syllabuses they didn't start from the word go like say speaking of a MPSC, syllabus start from direct from class 4, class 3. You understand? So we not say, they have the ideas, but we bringing up these points because these are the things that we therefore pay attention. And Dr. likely mentioned about something we make me always don't get very particular about it. And I even asked the minister on that. You understand? We are the tertiary institution because when they came with 6334, Vocational Institute was part of the part of the package. That they want to they do well, they do too well in their academics, they can move, you understand, into vocational institute. When we make the last time we discussed now, say, until we have those institutions, then we'll be able to build with middle level manpower. Some of those guys you talk to, na long bench where you go now stand 17 hours. They went to school. Some go tell you say I drop out from 3 where I sit back here. Some go tell you say I drop out from this way because they don't get the aggregate for go further. You understand? So you make provision right there. You understand? You get the OIC where we talk about the last time, left with on trade center. You have all those institutions. So it's still in the same package, but they are not left out. You understand? Because you want to cut down on this. I talk to somebody today who say you want to go in Nigeria for go do this icing and what's go then confectioner. You don't know they make cake and this and I say why Uganda say no the school. I mean they know do so that means if we can get schools where they really accredited, we get the know-how, definitely we will get people that will go into them different, especially women or even men them. Because you see, even the hotels or whatever way they go, men are good caterers. Then they do the job with whatever, and then they're making money. Those areas not to drop out jobs them when not for look like I say now people don't want to drop out. We can able to have those institutions as well. So I know I'm saying much because so much points have been said, a lot have been mentioned, you understand? But I must say, make them look at those technical areas. School buses need for the, if which benefits for the teachers need for the. Then go for make sure say a lot of things then they will happen at the private school. Replicate some of those things. Class sizes again and other things. If it's possible for make them their schools, make them for certain schools, or boarding school, government boarding school, now each region, that's fine because when you get students in a boarding home, you understand? They do very well because they have time to study, they have time to go to bed, they have time to go in the morning. If we're able to get educational system running, we go get country that the sub-region where they send them picking in camp salon because they know that if them picking in camp salon, they will get a very good education. And this is an investment. They bring money too. They bring foreign exchange. So we get a whole lot to do in our education, but at least they're in the right direction. Dr. Sende and Professor Pakima, I mean, people that way, me get respectful. I must say they will deliver, and they've been doing this. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Tony.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. I see Adika say, it says school get for be by area code or zip code. Usa you day, go school day. But for government school. And also when most of the time they talk about education, because we all know they get speaking the way they Waterloo, where they come out to Waterloo, then they go all the way to King Tom. From Waterloo to King Tom, imagine, for go school. Make a call the scholar. Yes, scholar, they live on here. You name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, this is Nancy. They call from US.
Yes, Nancy, get 3 minutes, man.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Well, I just want to add on to what we call us and just don't say with sisters and with brothers and don't say. Like this education, I think is really important. If we want to go back to that Athens of Africa, we need to do what will be the duty the rights. Like for instance, we need for let we go breed good scientists them. They need for check all the schools them. Let them make sure say well-equipped lab then they and libraries. Them consider what to make they able for make medicine, they able for make all kind things today, program and everything. Now because then starts at an early age. Once you start and they begin for train you, then get everything. Now they do practical with. We would on the lost and the labs them and the libraries them all dilapidated. Some libraries themselves now then 19 whatever books the way they know they even use them now anymore now they still they. No updated books that they know they at all. And the labs them some of them labs and I wonder if they function well right now. Some of them I'm sure they go they shame self for open and for show because not they go on day. So if you then fix that they then start for begin train with students them at an early at the foundation in nice. By the time they reach up there, we will get a good group of students. Them we be say where they come out, then go able for challenge the world out there today. Other country they all they excel. We just they go down. All that we need for work on them. And also like our sister, we don't say good toilet system. And some schools they like me, the school I attend will get clinic there. If students sick, you get how way they go for treatment. If you better then you will go back in a class. If you know, then go give you that first aid treatment. Say if you know yourself now, then clarify you go na big hospital. But if they able for treat you, then go treat you na the school. So all them thing, and then we need them na the schools them. Good toilets, facilities, pay the teachers them on time. If we do all them things and all this yuki so way the teachers that then can do, then can they monitor them and give them at least that continuous learning program like Naya, so then go they do also for keep them brain refreshed. All that it will be nice. So they beg this government, we want make it succeed, and when you succeed, we know say now we all succeed. Salon go we all go enjoy, and Pikin and go begin come on and go begin send them Pikin and go na salon. All that they will bring money na salon because people then go pay taxes, you know. So me not no more other for say today. Thank you so much for giving me the
Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who call from, please.
Ibrahim.
Yes, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Oh, Mina Ibrahim. Thank you for giving me a platform. I call from Maryland. We tell the government thank you for the effort when they do for try for improve the education sector in a salon. We hope say this money then they use and wisely to the internet purpose. Because the education, when you talk about education, not the formal education, I'm for say pass somebody start from primary till you go university level. Not everybody will go university level or college level. So maybe I'm trying for improve the vocational centers there. We get one at my Kenny way now OIC. My brother sits back here, he get 4 subjects. Now I say, you know what? Before you sit down, you mess up your life. I say, as he say, he been get skill. And what been there salon, I been there say and say, even they do that electrician business. So now I say, like go now OIC. But like go to talk no more. The center is there, nothing all day. For say they get the tools there or the instrument they use as practical. Pass somebody go buy. And then they send me message. He say they need items they wait them for buy for do them practicals there because you know they're not the center. So if you this money we don't cancel, then you will try for develop the centers and some people are not even fortunate for go up to university level, they will still empower themselves. Because I remember I get one of my schoolmates when our all been start from primary till we see to us, but you know be able to succeed. You know, you will go far, we see to us, now they stop. But where you go now, OIC, the way I talk about so, right now, you do well now, electrician now. They make big money. So, you see, so we pray to God, this money, let them you be used wisely, and even the students that within them province, the majority of them, if we think about the people that come out of the villages, when they didn't have the village and they work out like 10 miles away for go friend school. If I remember, we say me come out, distance, we say, you can come out for car, na Masungulton, they about 5 to 6 miles, na then they work out for car na school. You know, if you don't kind money there, they will go to them village and they will go try for help, we say they will help them, it will boost them back. Because if then the government, then you will set example, if they want let the education be quality, make the government official and begin send them school and then government school there, or government assisted school there, then try for improve the teachers there. One of my friends, when I work on a college, from who come out, 30 days approval from 2012. 30 days, they teach in approval. So they kind of people and they, if they're not school, they teach in approval. Then you know, they lead to corruption when they take money and pick their hand there. Then the one way they pay back, sometimes the money they can't on time. So you see, so like what you know what the minister don't advocate for, I hope say the government they listen, they assess them, then they improve their salary there. May God bless Mama Salon. Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who you call from, please.
Ibrahim, you call from Jala.
Ibrahim, you able to speak up small?
Okay. Name Ibrahim, I call from Jala.
Yes, Ibrahim from Jala. What's in your own contribution? You get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank the President very much for the way they help boost the education of the country, and we appreciate him effort so much. The question we get is like the SLG and Sierra Leone grant in aid, like maybe they do them for the agriculture students then in the past, and do them in that general form. So if they award them scholarship this year, like and what happened? It just happened selected no more among people again. So we don't know anything at the cause for that.
Explain what we understand. We say it not happen this year, but it happen selected. Explain, make we understand.
Like it happened last, the past one day, we don't do in another year now. We will be there in the second semester like this. The names of the already come in that general. We didn't pin them. But this year, it not happen. So now, only the one they will be applying like the other courses and to like agriculture. So now the names will become. So due to what we happened last year, maybe make people apply for the thing like they'll be expecting that the same thing will happen back. The list will come for the normal because like now if we cause like but it not happen this year, so we don't know why.
But people and they will get on this year?
Yeah.
So how then your name appear?
So then we apply the people when they do like agric engineering or agric general, then can apply for them already. They can apply for them. But like people who do like agric engineering, like agric general, then already entitled to them. Then we get the confidence that they already entitled to them, so they don't apply. But unfortunately, it happened like how it happened last year.
So what do you they do?
Agric engineering they do.
Okay, since we get you as small, under the agric engineering, what thing they happen na the agricultural sector, even though na jalade, you can able to explain to we small?
Well, like now you sector engineering, everything they go fine. Now just like now we get the problem when we make a call so all things they go well and the other department, the other year. But like my union, it's a matter of time. My family they wait for we until we go the other year or that's my reason. For everything they go well fine.
Okay, thank you very much, Ibrahim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
Yeah, this is I had a call from yes.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I want to refresh my memory about what this 66 million is for, and as far as the education sector is concerned.
You know, say the free quality education day, so the donor partners then, they say they don't see the government really they try for do well by the education system, so they all come together. The money we then put now reach to 66 million. But however, now for a project we for span between from 2020 to 2025.
So what's not the project that they're supposed to be doing?
For boost the educational system in the country.
Yeah, but there are other specific things they want this money for go towards.
Everything.
Oh, okay. Because when you folks when they talk about building vocational institutes and toilet facility, this, that, and all those types of things, they wish that the government responsibility. They couldn't do all those things before. You know, I'm not saying this government now. All the other governments, they should have had those things them in place, you know. Like when you need to go to school, you say go academy, now all that things them you the story when they take classes.
Not at all.
Well, you see, that's the thing people don't want to talk about. Because the corruption and mismanagement enter into the educational system, and it will do how we do so today. You know, when you say they go to school, unless you go on the trees for take classes, to do a classroom. They're good teachers, the way they teach we, but they will allow politics to interfere into the education system, corruption and mismanagement get inside. Now when they talk and all these things when they talk so, you know, salary education in the top of the line. Waiting happen for me go to this bottom of the pit. And that's what we go for advice. We go for look ourselves in the face and say it like it is. Now, we set what we set in kind of situation with the person. The people that will help with all money as best as they can. But if we all sit down and straight, we take them up, nothing will go and straight up. That money will come. If you get good people, they will put them to the right position. If you not get good people, they will eat them. They will still get the big money. How long will we get on that? That's my contribution.
Okay, but before you go, how do we fix it? Because the money there, but we have to fix it.
Yeah, well, now for make sure say we put the money where the money is supposed to go, instead of taking the money and converting it for our own use. If they give $20 for buy books or repair the facility, put that money where it's supposed to go, not in your pocket. That's the problem. That's the problem we have in that country. People want to put the money that is being allocated for a project into the project. That's the problem. Until we stop in converting the money for public use to a pocket, we know we make things change in our country. And let's say this government that's going to go from 10 and they still they continue. We have to change the attitude there. You know, when we put you in a position of trust where you collect money for the project, do the project. But if you keep on misusing that money for your own selfish use, you know, that's not what happen. You know, now the people don't want to talk, you know, for pride the finger, those people are what would you say, they just gloss over it, like it doesn't exist. It exists, you know, they say this minister, a good minister, this guy, and a good guy, know what they do, but let them do the job, let them put the money where the money is supposed to go, and see the change will happen. That's my contribution.
All right, thank you very much, Ayo. Yes, caller, live on here. Your name and inside the call from, please.
My name Amadou Ba, and I come from Jala University.
Yes, Amadou. You get 3 minutes. What do you want to share with me?
Like I learned to understand, say, if not all, but some, let's say most of the science courses the way they advance is like now free. Like some of we go into that because like with the knowledge for saying are free. You understand? Okay. But like up till now we not receive anything like say SLG. And some of we don't struggle, they say we don't pay for the first semester, for the first year. We don't know it because like we not get possibility to pay for the second year. So we are still we know okay, we feel worried right now, totally, because like we don't know we fit.
But we don't ask the authorities them for make una know how una team up?
No, like we not able to reach anybody because like we not no concrete person if we say like we go meet and ask if whether this thing ever happen next year or now waiting. You see, and we really worried towards that because some of you not get posting because like we say na free, and I make some of you enter not inside and they. Because not get money, people not get money for supporting for enter at the university. Because them talk say science courses are free, that make some of you enter at the university. Because it's not to that, not for the enter because like we not get money. And right now we worry if the next year what thing get for happen, if you still get for pay. And so if we not get to afford that money there again. Because the first we not wondering know how we able to pay. On that very hard struggle. So we really don't know how we stand.
A promise was made say then go give the SLG.
Yeah, but up till now, we're not able, and we'll not receive anything like that. For say, we name them come. Because like there are forms we don't pull out, we pull away and give granting, and we don't see them, the name they don't come. But up till now, with the science school,
Ibrahim just now, the first person we call, they try for ask and say, then people and them would name day per that one day. Did they apply? How they na ballots and be ballots? How the you name appear una know?
Like we learn from the time say like them be apply for SLG. And some of them then grant them. Well, like,
but why not apply?
No, they don't say we say science courses are not free. So there's no information we apply.
Okay, make I get this understanding. So what would follow up this story? We go able to know it for ask. Now make I ask you so. So because una be feeling are free, una not be feeling for apply anymore.
Yeah, and they not tell me anything like say for apply. And the only way they don't pass, we don't go, they don't apply for anything like that. But not
so they don't apply. It just automatically kick in for them.
Automatically, yeah, the list come for them.
Okay.
They don't apply, don't do anything like application. Now the other one from the other department, and then can apply some and can accept some. But when they say in a science stream, in a science stream, you are free. No need for make you apply. And then when they above it, then we don't get them automatically, and then we don't come up from last year. So we up till now, the time where the name come on, and you don't take a time. Understand? Then by then the list we don't come on already for select. Then the okay now for next year. But we up till now we not able get a list 8 for select. We okay now for go before. Up till now we not get that's it. No get confirmation.
So now what faculty they talk so? The agric engineer?
Yeah, I'm an agric engineer. Yes.
Okay, so if we want to find out, we'll go for ask, say, for the agric engineer then at Jala University, not so?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we'll go try to find out that, and then maybe we'll go get an answer for now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Well, it look like, say, the camera don't get one work. We go education, make we go ask, or if not finance now, but somebody needs to give an answer. Until now we all agree, and say the previous people them will be there ahead of them, then automatic, but them, with the second year now, nothing for them. So maybe we'll get an answer for them. And the sad part is, say nobody know they for talk to. I believe in me then can at the media. Camera don't get work. Yes, caller, ID live on here. You name and the call from, please.
My name is Koroma.
Yes, Koroma, I get 2 minutes, sir.
Okay. Triple A. This go back to the under where they make mockery of the free quality education. You know, something we don't spoil and it will be fixed within a year or two. I remember when we opened this program, the new commentary, you know, people will say, even the Peking they go make a speech from private school. Of course, what we know say, you know, the education don't go down the drain. The president is here down there, he talk and say, before you take Judge Boma, you know, you forward destroy a nation, just make money education go down the drain. They can pick up this thing. I mean, what they talk and say is quite impossible. You know, some fear don't damage, you know, somebody they try to fix them. But we get people then, I mean, maybe they make mockery of the whole thing. See, people are made a see far. Now then this thing will begin to attract. And we all know these powers alone they do every normal man, just the education. They said they make that nation be an income. Because we get some students that they go to that country, and when they go there, they pay more than the nationalism. That alone, that money they go to that university. That will make, you know, the university or the schools that be able to fund themselves without maybe government not make much. So me, I just talk about say, you know, make we pretend like so we know the problem before this. They are the coming governance. Like the minister of education, Dr. Senge, and also, you know, Pan-Africanist, and also a plan for that nation. So, no matter of time, not just good and just, but the only thing we will advise the government, you know, like schools and you will benefit much from that government bosses. Not really good and priority for this particular money way coming. I quite believe, you know, that they're more backward. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kuruma. Yes, caller, 11 here. You name and the call from, please.
Mr. Mike, I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Well, it's not a good thing they're able to secure this money, but me not they give them kudos yet until I see them put the money into good use. Because, you know, with this education, we get boku gaps them and boku place they will need for solve and boku hold they need for plug. You know, I hope they not just use this money for pay the teacher there or pay salary in the country. You know, I hope they use this money for either because every time I call now they talk about libraries. Salon, we need libraries because most of them when they picking go school, when they come out school now, most they go. They not get nowhere for go and do research, you know. Because education are more of a research. You need for research and find out, you know what I mean, what you don't know, what you need for know. Not to only what you learn in class, you know. So I hope say the government improve on that. Now begin get public libraries them more and more in the country where people can go and improve them more, they improve and learn more, you know. And then they will want to see that country. They will want to see the country move forward, you know. We really appreciate what they do, but let the country move forward now, you know. Now my own contribution, I hope say that they put the country in the right direction now instead of all this chaos, you know.
All right, thank you very much.
Man. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mike. Yeah. Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and the call from, please.
And it's not Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Well, I mean, tell God thank you for everything, for everybody in life, for Sarah Network. And what did the government they do? We all know say education a good thing, but me, my own comment and my own concern, I want to let them focus more on the provinces. When we look to education, na Salome, and more Freetown that is based, that is focused on so many things that so many develop. Not say a school that then Freetown to when need help, when need chairs and other thing there, other logistic there. But when they come to the provinces there, they not benefit that much. Whatever they go towards education, if you look, maybe in the provinces, the upline or anywhere, or township or village there, maybe now less than 5% that they benefit from. Well, out of 100%, maybe now then 5%. Then they will divide that, maybe the other 45% go to the big town there. But the small village, then maybe 5%. Even some do not even get nothing. We don't see that they go on so many around the country. So if they make sure this money, as the Dr. Michelle earlier, let them research. Let them research school there. We get school there. Some teacher they understand where I believe they're not even get paid. Now they apply, now their villages etc. Maybe they just they do out of voluntary, or maybe the village people there, the chief there, the way they get money, they give to them people that they for let them help them out. Now they go on. If they're looking, so they left for just let them all centralize everything in Africa. So education is all over. When you look at even this past exam, we see the exam, the one that will come up privacy, how many pass how they score. That is tell you say they more need for focus more towards the provinces and invest more there too. So let people they know say as government they get concerned. May let them not centralize everything in Freetown. The last thing is they left for very be careful. We not say the government get good intention, but they get some vampire there inside our government now, where we don't see this money now for succumb as blood. Which way they want to create problem in the same program, the way some of their money they did to go towards them. You know, and we know we politicians, as they all, I must say, they're all not suspects. This kind of money where don't come in, so some go on to devise some program there, so this program that will not get sense, will not get meaning, we go to say na education, we not get nothing for do to education. For them let themselves suck some of that money there. So they left for very, very be careful. And if they try, we not say God not they allow that stuff. That's all I left for them tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. And as always, get better daily.
Amen. Thank you.
All right. $66 million for help in the educational system in Sierra Leone. I see IOB, they try for pinpoint say, Usai, the educational system, the system. If they try for say, the toilet and government on this, on that, I think they picking them where they go na school, then deserve better. The government of Sierra Leone say, then they put 22% of the annual budget into education. Then the donor partners, them themselves all long come together, themselves don't give $66 million, where they say they go spread them within 5 years. Just like doctor say, 13.5 million per year, if we want to break them down that way. So what thing will they try for say? In Sierra Leone, let's be frank here. Let's just use now this toilet facility as a pinpoint. Even now houses them, they not get proper one them inside Freetown first. Before I say now, they want them where they now the villages them and some part of the province system. to get proper toilet facility. So I believe it's a wise call for the government of Sierra Leone for able to provide that. Maybe if they see a proper hygienic bathroom, toilet facility, then at the school, then go able, the picking necessary for them go now, and go able to tell them parents and say, hey, no, not so, not that. Library, now another one. Library. We're able for help. We don't hear about money. So because we hear about money, we go outline the thing the whole thing say, now the primary things them for the schools there. If we'll not be talk, okay, because someone go say, oh, well, the 22% enough for be do, and not do safe because look out and they strain, look out and they this, look out and they that. But now we don't hear about money. So why you not go talk to you on where you feel say the schools they need? You hear what the finance minister say? I don't know if you be listening, if you be catch that side. Well, you say yes, then they put the government of Sierra Leone, they put 22%. Now they need for check intersectorial spending. How the money then they go. Now the sectors them inside education. Well, make me wonder why I hear and talk. So I say, okay. So you want to tell me, say, una really don't know the sectors them, where una they check, where them money they go. Una just can't tell say 22%. Now una they spend, but una don't know the real sector in the educational system. Not to me talk. Now in talker. Say the need for check the intersectorial spending. So they know exactly which sector inside the education where the money they go. So since they say they need for check them, now make we self don't begin help them. But before that, somebody be at the can and be come and say, why make people in way the example Waterloo? Just go school in Waterloo. If you know say you can't afford it. We're all Sierra Leoneans. You think say we're able to do that right now? Inside 2020 right now? It's not possible. It's not possible right now. Say the one the way they kissy, make them go school like kissy. Who don't want to go private school, it's fine. Government not go provide bus for you. Because who say you there? Now they go school. You're the regent, go school like regent. Or if region small, they're able to take the surrounding villages them. They make one primary school, one secondary school. So now up there on the day. But the mindset where we grab up with now Sierra Leone, I don't care who you day. Like me, I talk and I ask they told me, Pada, is it the good old days? Say, even before me sabi talk self. Me daddy be don't say this. Now Albert Academy they go. Most of we secondary schools them. They already don't choose because we do one way or the other. We parents them get affiliated one way or the other. Or Sunday the parents them can don't see the electoral school and say okay, me picking at that school they go. Whatever I get for take, then get for goodie. That's not the culture we don't grab up with. Now we don't grab up with. So for say one term, they can say schools them picking the day na let them go school na. You know what's funny? Let's just give you an example, yeah. The one day Waterloo, they left Waterloo, go na Tong. This is something we me don't see. They left Waterloo, then go Tong, then go the Grammar School, Prince of Wales, all the schools, them, Annie Walsh, Convent, FSSG, Girls School. Then they left Waterloo, go there. Then the one they were 4 Mile. Well, then are there other villages, them. Then they left, then can Waterloo. Why is Waterloo don't left go na Tong? Waterloo left go Tong. The one they were there further, then can Waterloo. So you go say, okay, so the one that we do 4 Mile, let them get school na 4 Mile, we go serve them there. The one they Waterloo, then get school, we serve them the. The one them way they Kent, then get school, we serve them the Kent, Bure, and all of those villages, then we then get school, then we serve them the. In that aspect, not to picking way for even see for start dandy. Not to him. But there are schools already we don't establish now then different villages here, now then different tongue there. They don't get her. So for build up then school and then your reputation, that's another one. Because as you don't cross, what's I go say Hastings? Waterloo? What's I? If you get teachers, then they say we approve. Maybe you go use your finger for counts, and then schools then they. Mostly not volunteer, maybe not drop out. If you say, oh, I want for car help, that's what then they do. So the educational system, just like how we done the talk, it need overhauling. It need overhauling. But this money we don't come, we need her for spend rightly. We need her for spend rightly. I see Mike, they say too many small schools. That's true. All man were open school. All man were open school. So small school them. All man as they make it open school. You would say so now for help the picking them. Now for help the picking them within the area. I think when a community day, that's one thing me feel say make we educational system go down at the gutter. Because in a community, there are certain things that they wait for the another community day. And school for be a priority. We go see we mama them, we papa them, a politics then they chase after. Even in the community. This one green school go dey. Then go pass all. When you go to a community, look for the worst building. Now the school lawandi. I give you assignments. Yeah? Go na them community then. Go na them villages then. Go inside. Look for the worst building at the school, at the government school. Not to the Catholic school. Because the Catholic school them can take care of the schools them, the building them. Where they go na them village then, where you reach na school, you know so you don't reach na school. And you're able to tell, say, okay, this na father mother school. This na waiting safe school. What do you about money? Let me go to talk. But now, if we so one get the free quality education, the free quality education, the donor partners then, they say don't come, they don't put in money. The government back can always knock chest. 22% of we annual budget. Now the education I get the highest percentage. They go towards education. What we don't able to show for right now? What we get for show for her? The Teaching Service Commission. We say that then they watch over teachers them. What then don't they do for the teachers there? The educational system. Yes, then we tell you, say, oh, we know they approve school. We know they approve that school day. We know they approve that school day. We know they approve that school day. Because they not meet up to standard. Hey, Daddy God. We want to see all this money outside they go. Make it mean something where we all go rejoice for. Where we all go rejoice for. The school where doctor talk about, right in the heart of Freetown. And they did. If you see this school, if you see her, but then go wait till what the building collapse by the students then. Picking they lost their life. Then donors then can't give more money. They make waiting safe, but lives they don't go. There's a lot needed to be done in this education. I make some man they say, when they say free, paying the tuition, not make a wholly free. Because I don't know if you watch it, talk to the camera, the back to school shopping. The camera went out there for go see waiting we go able get out there, and you listen to the people the more they go for go buy. God help Salon. Simba calls say they get to school, but the government not approved in school, so then they pay the teachers them equivalent of $100 a month, like $1 million. Soon, then go get for lock the school because it's they're not able for meet up. But, you know, when we can always come into the educational sector, I'm not even talking nothing about the vocational side. I'm not talking nothing about them. It's not just the schools then first. We feel say every side they're able to forget, every town, every village forget if it go be too big for the village, we need for invest. I'm about to kick about the ask which SLPMB. The one is it Oldfield Street? I think. Yeah, Oldfield Street. But we need for wake up for deliver in this free quality education. Strives and don't they make? Yes. But because of the kind damage we don't cause inside the educational system, it had to make we see what thing don't they make. But again, in order to meet up. In order to meet up. The schools they will get. Go to them villages them. I make people in the vex say, whether you didn't go take private school picking them. As I say, check them private school picking them and go take. And the private school not under the free quality education. And the government schools them. I mean, some people they push, they make the government officials and then send them picking them at the government school there. But again, Nimanga right was saying in PQ was saying, you know? But other people and they say, why you go send the under, then you tell we see the other side good. If the other side good, then they will see you picking go there, test the water. You know? We talk and go, talk and come. We the Sierra Leone and themselves, we get attitude problem. Like how they talk now about corruption in every. I don't know if Salona be mortal man. Every side way blood get for pass. Now the system, corruption did it. But if you say we're not able for eradicate them, we do. We're able. We're able to do it. Because even in the school system, them back, corruption day. Government go pull say, now they list this way the school calls them for cost. Then school where they sell their uniform, then that's for cost. You go see, then they come back, you put your own price on top. The one from Jala, not so they don't call so. And we need for deliver that, CI network. They don't call say, they agric engineer them. And how they talk about agriculture, then promise them say, make them go na free. The first year they say let them pay no more. Me that free they say for no want. They say pay for the first year no more. We don't pay down. Continue. We go they pay. So look, get in there. Because for sure say we want for do and maybe feel say them for don't suggest okay we'll pay 50%, wanna pay 50%. Then the second year back we pay 50%, wanna pay 50%, then the third year we no say now una serious, we give una free. But this free way we lack na salon we will not able for meet up to. It dey bug back It dey bug back. This free, everything will be quick and say, oh, you know, say we don't make free education, you know, say now free for the science students, then they give hopes. And so the president will be they talk first about this free quality education. What is say go give free books, free bag, free all thing. Before now the reality kick in with and say, not so that do now the money no more for pay, now not free. If we can't give free, make it not be free. Not so by force for let it be free safe. Because education is not cheap. But we don't say agriculture, we say we want them. They say what's not science, then go make them free. Then why not free? They say make them pay first for the first one, what they don't enroll on. They enrolled on. Then now, list come out, they no come out, thinking to say it will just kick in automatically. So, saloon. But then we'll go follow up the callers them from Jala. We know say we always there with we. We go follow up this for una and talk to the camera, go get something for una. Go follow them to the latter or to the letter. Sweet salon. The education. I hope so we'll go get them right. Then school them, then picking the way they work miles. They want the way they cross water, they want the way they tote and table and chair for go. They are let themselves get by this money. We know see where the donors they come, now the shwen, the chen, and then they put before. And then they put before. God help us. We'll get there back tomorrow. You and see the big sister. Okay, we'll end this, we'll start all over again. We'll count big sister. But for today, a good level they discuss nation building, not only focus on entertainment. 24 hours they want to need inside the house. Because I know a lot of people become, as you come on Fizen, a big sister don't come back. How they are? That's how good they do. Yeah? We'll go there back tomorrow. All the best. Coronavirus day. Yeah? Believe that. Do the right things then. We're not stressed now. Till we meet again, Triple say, tata.